So I just saw the extended edition sneak peek for War of the Rohirrim, and honestly, I gotta say, I really like to see all the parts that were focusing around Hammerhand and the threat on the battlefield that he was against the outside invaders, and how he was just this crazy foe that no one really knew how to handle, that the careful preparations for the siege were falling apart and they didn't stop him in the nick of time. And then we get the focus shifted from him, the best part of the sneak peek, to his daughter Hera, who's going to be actually the main character for this entire movie. And honestly, Hera just doesn't bring it to the scene she's in. She doesn't make me root for her at all. She doesn't make me like, okay, yeah, no, she's actually the most interesting part of this. In a movie that should be all about Hammerhand going fists and fighting against these invaders and throwing them back at the most historical landmark in all of Rohan. Now you're focus from the main dude to a Dar that's not even really mentioned in dependencies, that doesn't even have a name in Tolkien's dependencies, just because you could make her your own character and didn't have to be worried about the fans worrying about her character. Great. Thanks, guys. Thanks for just completely throwing away great characters, great stories, just because you didn't want to do any work or didn't want to follow Tolkien. Yes, no, I get that the people who work on this were part of Lord of the Rings trilogy back in the day, but that was 20 years ago. I'm sorry to say, people, but people change. Peter Jackson has fallen way off. I give Peter Jackson some leeway when it comes to the Hobbit trilogy, because that's not his trilogy. He did not set that up. He came in after it was going, after the process, after the ball was rolling. Yes, he does get some blame, but most of the blame gets to put on Warner Bros. For that. If Peter Jackson is turned out to be the main person behind this movie, he's lost his touch. He's gone. Because what happens in this sneak peek? We see Hera go down a passageway, get immediately captured by orcs, and then have to be saved by her dad. And instead of them going back through the passageway that Hera just came from, they decide to run around out to the front of Helm's Deep, where the rest of the enemy army sees them coming, and they then charge after them, and that's where Hammerhead dies. He dies because he refuses to enter the keep with his daughter. They just get it open just slightly enough for her slender figure to go through, but then they just stop it and close it again so that her father can't get in. Like, it's the dumbest thing I've seen. Like, okay, why didn't you just force it open with your bare hands to get in and then force it close again? I don't get it. Unless they're going to do a full-out assault right there and then, you're completely fine. Like, the archers will cover your backs, take out the guys that's running towards you, and you have time to get in. Now, I can understand them doing a full force of guys running at them to try to stop Hammerhand getting away and getting back into his fortification. Totally get that. But, like, you should have enough time. The fact that you're doing this is stupid. Like, if there's actually good reasoning for him to do this, you guys should have shown that in the trailer, that we can't get back in that way, or we have to go around. Like, now when I just saw this, like, you just made him die for no reason. You just wanted her to now be in the primary spotlight where she has to lead her people, which is dumb in my opinion. But that's what they have going on. Now, you guys let me know down in the comment section below. Am I being perhaps a little bit too critical here? Am I being a little bit too much of a purist? Am I being a little bit too much of, I don't know what's the word, someone who doesn't enjoy these girl power movies anymore? Like, I grew up with a bunch of sisters. I'm fine with girl power things, but this is too much, guys. This should have been a male-dominated film with a lot of male-dominated stuff in it, and as far as I can tell, you just took a lot out and just gave it to the woman again. You're trying to harken back to areas to the Return of the King, with her saying that she rides for death, harkening back to Theoden's Ride of Death. You're trying to take a little bit away from Arwen's speciality as being a shield maiden and a real rarity on the field of battle, in my opinion, just by... I feel like you're undermining it just a little bit by taking away the specialty of who Arwen was. That's just my opinion, but you guys will have to let me know. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye.